Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Merab Dvalishvili shares what it was like to meet Conor McGregor in person. Here's the clip.
I saw you bumped into a guy called Conor McGregor the other day at the PI. What was that like, and did he give you any advice, or was it just a nice photo opportunity?
Man, I was so happy to see him because I always want to tell him thank you, whatever he did for sport. You know, he has a charismatic, and he's such a humble. And yes, he did tell me that he likes my level change and shoot, and he said this is beautiful, and he likes my work, and that was a big compliment from him, you know. And he's big star, you know, and he's still working hard, you know. After Khabib's fight, I give him even big respect because he show hard, he show like toughness, and he's warrior, you know. He's warrior, and then you know, and he's such a nice person.
Sean O'Malley is open to a rematch with Cheeto Vera if Vera is able to get through Corey Sandhagen on March 25th. Here's what O'Malley had to say.
Dude, Dom was piecing up Cheeto. I rewatched that recently. Because I'm planning, dude, I don't know who I'm fighting next. I'm planning on fighting whoever. I'm going to watch everyone's film. I'm going to watch everyone kind of just dial in right now. And I don't usually watch fights back like that, thinking like that, but I was watching Dom versus Cheeto. And that's when I tweeted, I'll knock out Cheeto. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that.
I was just thinking, like, dude, Dom was piecing him.
He was.
He throws like looping shots. I throw down the middle. I throw some straight heaters, is what I call them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I can catch him, dude. But Cheeto's, and then I tweeted, you know, I'll fight Cheeto next, blah, blah. But Corey could beat him. Corey's fast. He's hard to hit.
Henry Cejudo reveals he wants Merab Dvalishvili to be the backup for his fight against Aljamain Sterling.
So, dear Dana White, I'm over here watching the number 2 and number 3 contender, and I tell you what, I got a feeling that Al Lane is more likely to kind of back out of this fight, right, Yuki? So that being said, why don't you give me Merab? Why don't you give me Merab? Since Sean O'Malley wants to wait, he wants to take his time. Why don't we make Merab the backup at UFC 288? Why don't we do it that way? That way, both these training partners, because I have a feeling that Aljamain is going to eventually back out. But I want to make sure, because it's going to be the same game plan for both of these chumps. Wrestle, strike, every time they throw something heavy, they're going in for takedowns. Anyways, Dana White, if you're listening to me, let's have Merab as a backup. Newark, New Jersey, UFC 288. Because I want both. If I can fight both of them the same night, they can both get it.
Dana White warns UFC fighters on declining title shots during a recent interview. Dana advises Merab to take a title shot if it's offered to him, even if he has to fight his friend, Aljamain Sterling.
You've made no secret that you don't love it when a guy doesn't want to fight his teammate. And Merab is clear that he will not fight Aljamain Sterling, and he'll wait until Aljo moves up. So what do you do with him, right? Because you don't necessarily want to put him against other contenders, knock off other contenders before they can fight for the title. So what do you do with Merab?
It's so funny you say that, because I don't remember who the hell I was talking to the other day about this, and I was like, yeah, we don't have to deal with that anymore. You know, back in the early days, the camps were so small, you didn't have a lot of different options. So we had a lot of these guys saying, oh, he's my friend, he's my friend. You can still be friends and want what your friend has, you know what I mean? It would be a really bad idea for Merab to go down that path.
Is there a point where you sort of say, right, that's enough, you have a decision to make, or you have to move divisions, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, so does Merab want a shot at the title, or would Merab rather have people under him jump over him and him have to take on all these different tough guys when he's not even getting a title shot when he's next in line for it? That's a personal decision that he needs to make. If that's what he wants to do, I can tell you how that story ends. It's not a good ending to that story.
Stephen Thompson had this to say about a potential fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov during a recent interview on Submission Radio.
They were trying to get you guys to fight in December last year, right? And It was a little bit too soon for you. What are you thinking here? Like, is he someone that you would be happy to fight if the UFC approached you to do it? Or what is your mindset in regards to who you're fighting next?
You know, right now, like you said, I'm ranked number 7. He's ranked higher than me. He's looking for the title, and the title's always at the top of my to-do list, right? You know, after those 2 losses I had against Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad, you know, I just didn't want to grapple at that moment. and that's predominantly what he likes to go for, submission. So I was like, give me a striker. And to be able to have somebody like Kevin Holland, who was a great dancing partner, and we put on a show, we got Fight of the Night as well. We was up for Fight of the Year. I think maybe one more like that. I'm looking towards Michelle Pajeda, which I think would be just an amazing and exciting fight.
That'll be fun.
That's kind of where my mind's at right now. And after that, hopefully we'll get somebody that's ranked above me. After those 2 losses, I got to earn my way back up to fight somebody that's ranked above me, and I understand that. So I think somebody like Michelle put on another show, and we'll look at somebody that's ranked above me.
Luke Rockhold opens up about his decision to join BKFC during a recent interview with TMZ. Here's what Rockhold had to say.
Yeah, no, it's different, it's intriguing, and it's scary. I'm a crazy man, so I like, I've encountered so many injuries in my legs, so that was really the hardest part. And doing everything else too, it's like as you get older, it's standing up and throwing hands sounds a lot more fun. And I'm growing and I'm getting better, and I wanted to get into some boxing and just kind of change the game a little bit. Like I said, I've done it all in the UFC, and so it's like, what's next? You need new challenges in life. Life needs to change. If you stay in the same train of thought and path, you start to, get bored. And this is exciting. This is new, and
Josh and Big John from the Weighing In podcast give their take on the scheduled fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. John discusses why Charles didn't get an immediate rematch for the lightweight title.
I don't think he deserves the immediate rematch any more than anybody else does, and that Dariush, on a win streak that he's had, he kind of deserves the championship fight, so it's kind of both of them together. I think Dariush is a problem for a lot of people, just the way he fights, the awkwardness. Obviously, Oliveira, fantastic, and we saw that he was dominant until his one fight with Islam. Either guy could win this fight, and I think it's fair that since they had Islam fight Volkanovski, that this is basically your number 1 and number 4, but Dariush should be above number 4. They kept dropping him down when he was winning. It's crazy. Dariush deserves this. He deserves a shot at the title. Yeah, it really is. It's really bad, because if you look at a guy that has not lost in multiple fights here, and he's dropping. He's dropping. 9 fights. Gaethje's lost how many times now? He's still ahead of him. Poirier got his win against Chandler, and so he's back with that. But still, Dariush is on a streak, and he was getting dropped in the rankings.
Merab Dvalishvili gives insight into what's next for him. I want to be busy, and I'll fight anybody. Whoever the UFC chooses for me to fight, I'll fight. This is a good problem to have. 2 best friends, 2 teammates. My best friend is champion, and I'm one of the top contenders. This is a good problem to have. We are cleaning the division. On moving to 125, Merab said, it would be a tough cut, but it's possible. Right now, I'm comfortable at 135. I don't want to make any changes right now. It's possible because I only cut 20 pounds. I do an old style. I don't use a hot tub. I don't use water loads. I just do my own thing. Crazy, and I always make weight. It's possible for me to make 125, but I don't see why I should do that right now. On fighting the winner of Chito Vera and Corey Sandhagen, Merab said, absolutely, I would love to fight the winner. I would love to do it. Actually, Aljo was saying he wants to go watch this fight, and I would love to go too. Let's see, if they want to give me that fight, I'll take it. Look, someone asked me before, I think the winner of this, if they had to fight me, let's see what the UFC chooses. I'm willing to fight anybody, no problem. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.